We love hip hop.
Speaking of Toronto rappers, ones who are dropping music, I got a little bit of behind the scenes information.
Jeez.
About Casper TNG and the deal that he signed.
He signed a deal.
Yes. With Universal Music.
Jeez. Canada or just Universal Music?
Universal Canada.
Jeez.
6-figure deal. Hold on, air horn.
6 figures?
Yes.
Didn't Lucas say 7?
He
Lucas
did say 7. But he might have said 8. But
he said a lot of things.
But same way, congratulations to Casper. Let's do that first.
Big up Casper.
Yeah,
right?
That's amazing.
Because I feel like there might be some critique in here, so let's do a compliment sandwich here.
Critique?
Yeah. We be keeping it real here.
So what do you have to critique about that?
Wait, hold on. Let's bring him up first.
Yeah, compliment sandwich.
Big
Compliment
up
sandwich.
Casper.
Big up Casper. Congratulations, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing for a while. To be able to link up with a major label, and now have somebody behind you pushing your music and stuff like that, amazing. My thing is, when I heard it was Universal Canada, I was kind of disappointed because like Universal America or just the Universal, they're the one with the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Then that would have been 8 figures.
But if you can't travel over there, then why would they holler at him?
That's the problem. And then I was a little bit more disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm still happy because like he's gonna be able to go do what he got to do, feed his family. But like some of the things that's happened with his past is preventing him from leveling up his future completely.
But aren't there ways where you could just pay someone to get you a pardon?
Yes, or not a pardon. You're gonna need waivers because I have a pardon right now and I still can't go to America.
Like a work permit almost?
Yeah, working visa or work visa. You know, you can get waivers and stuff like that. But a lot of his stuff is pretty recent, bro. Like, he just came home from jail like 3 years ago after a 3-year bid, bro, for a car chase in the middle of downtown Toronto. You know what I'm saying? He went back for a parole violation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else he got going on, but there's been different things that it's like, it doesn't make it as easy for an American label to say, all right, well, here's $3 million and we'll make get our ROI. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's, well, definitely being with Universal straight up would be better, of course.
Yes.
But I don't know, when Lucas first said 7 figures or whatever, like I'm kind of glad Casper didn't get that, because then like you're gonna have to recoup that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like that's much more difficult to do. The fact that it's only 6 figures, and he already has hit, like he's proven that he can make hits. He will be able to kind of like recoup this deal
and then renegotiate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is like an amazing step for him, you know, because he's been doing this thing for a while, so he doesn't really need to rush it right now. You know what I mean? Like, continue making these steps, and then you're just gonna cement yourself rather than just trying to like rush yourself out there and then like flopping, you know?
No, I fuck with that. That's a good way of looking at it. I never even thought about it that way, because I was like, give him more money. But I was thinking also when I was discussing behind the scenes, like, how is he going to recoup that? And then I was thinking, well, I was talking to you guys, like, he can do it through syncs. He can like syncing his song to commercials and TV shows or whatever, get the song played in arenas and stadiums, and they'll make back at least 3/4 of that money off the top. Off of just one song.
And the world is still a big place, so he might not be able to go to America, but if he can go to England, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, so there's ways where he could tour, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a good opportunity because Casper can be number 1 in Canada.
Yes.
For him to be number 1 in America, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's way more difficult.
Yes.
But now it's kind of like Canada's your playground right now. This could be you. Like, I guess Classified is like the closest thing we had to like the Canadian rapper.
Yeah.
And I think Casper could be that, where it's like number 1 rapper in Canada.
Yeah.
And I think that would help the landscape, because if like, oh, Casper is the guy in Canada rather than like a man like Classified. Shout out to Classified.
Yeah, or a Maskeen.
You know, but like man them from the block weren't trying to be classified. You know what I mean? But the youth, like the YNs growing up, they could look up to a Casper and be like, okay, I want to be the man of my country as well. You know, rather than like, oh, I have to run over to America and get lit over there. You know?
And if he was able to stay himself and they trusted him with the bag, I can do it too if I get my business right.
Exactly.
And let's keep in mind too, like it's not just Casper and K Money are brothers. So like them two together, I feel like they can kind of take over the Canada scene in a way that other Toronto rappers aren't able to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think they have a unique opportunity based on the type of music they make. The internet still exists, so you're going to make money from America, just not from being there physically. And now you have access to different parts of the world. You can do, you know, merch. You can do, there's a lot of opportunity there.
That's if these people who are behind him are doing the right things. Like if they're really pushing and doing the right things. Because, and again, I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm just being a realist. They cleaned a lot of house over there at Universal, right? So I don't know who's over there from the people I know, but the people I know from back in days that were like really invested in the hip hop culture, people who came from the culture, whether there were people from back, like Ivan Evidente or other guys who come through the from other labels like Craig and stuff. Ain't none of them over there no more, bro. They cleaned out the culture section.
Where's Cardinal?
Cardinal is still at Universal through Def Jam, but I don't know if it's Universal Canada.
Okay.
So do you feel like Universal Canada sees...
He might be the only one.
Do you think they see this signing as, I don't want to say taking a risk, but I'm not going to say Casper is like the safest artist from a PR standpoint either, like a super Miskeen, right? So maybe they're taking a chance on him because he's proven time and time again that he can deliver musically, and he also has, no pun intended, the market.
Yeah.
At least locally.
The metric show.
So maybe they're going to kind of try to push him in a way that maybe they wouldn't have traditionally pushed an artist like that. It's almost like a new generation. They probably have younger people running the spot there.
Because I will say this from that question there, it's the first time that I've seen them take a chance, of spending any type of big money on a rapper from the hood or a gangster, somebody who speaks about shooting niggas and all that type of stuff in his raps and stuff. They've never taken that type of chance in Canada. So whoever is on the inside was really fighting for him to freaking get that deal done.
Do you know are you able to say the exact number that he signed for? You're gonna
I won't.
Okay.
Because I don't want to pocket watch him like that. I don't want people to be up in his pocket like that. You know what I'm saying?
But do you feel like it's enough for him to push himself as a bigger artist and be able to recoup and make even more?
Well, that's his advance, right? So he can choose to spend some of that on his career, but that's not for him. And this is, I don't know for sure. That's not for him to produce his music with.
No, that's literally what it's for.
Isn't that for studio time, for producers, engineers?
I'm thinking that's your advance. You know what I mean? That's you. You guys.
It's like your signing bonus?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that's like a loan.
Your advance is like the only bread you get. Okay, Friday's about to set you up, broski. Okay,
yeah, basically, don't listen to Friday.
When you get your advance, that's the only bread you're getting until you recoup that, and then like, even then they can still shove you if you want. But like once you recoup, then it's like okay, we could move on to the next album.
So he has to produce music, like an album or from the advance that I'm not going to mention. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that, man.
That's how literally it always works, bro.
I just don't think there's enough there to do it.
I don't know. I feel like with him and DT Beats, he's been funding his own music, right? So like he kind of probably figured out a way where it's like, yeah, I don't really need to spend too much money to make good music. I have access to a studio, maybe as a home studio. So,
and that's how the record company of major labels thinking about it. Like, yeah, we'll just cut all these corners and whatever. And instead of giving him enough money to do like $1 million album or an album that's worth like 600,000 and see if we can recoup from that, we'll do whatever. I won't say.
You know what they used to do? They'll be like, yeah, okay, we'll give you the $1 million, but you have to record at our studio. You have to use our producers, da. So then now,
and then build them.
You're spending
literally. So they're kind of like double dipping. So not only do you have to pay them back the million, you also have to pay them back for the studio time.
This is my mindset of right now of this advance. Like you have your whatever it is. I almost said the number, right?
Mhm.
You have whatever that is, and now okay, we'll help you produce your album, but you're gonna have to pay us back for that too. You know what I'm saying?
And then I would like to know if this is more of a partnership or like a 360 in terms of like the splits and the royalties.
You know the best way to get these answers? Casper, pull up.
He's like, if y'all asking that, hell no.
Should I DM it?
Yeah, we could DM him and stuff like that. I'm sure he's gonna see the segment and be like, no, that's not how it is. Da, 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 da. But like, if you do see the segment, also hear the part where we say, pull up, bro. Like, you know, give us some answers on the show of what you can say on the show, and then tell us the rest behind the scenes when the cameras are off, bro.
And we're proud of you, bro.
Yeah, salute
Honestly.
to you.
We
bro.
are. That's actually impressive. And
Yeah.
I feel like I always said he was my favorite Toronto artist, but he's definitely been leading the charge in the market.
Mhm.
Is that song still like it's
Yeah.
still
Facts.
going? Like people are
Facts.
still participating in the trends. It hasn't really died down, and we haven't seen that with the song in a minute. Like
Yeah.
I feel like songs now they die out quick.
No,
And
it
that's-
doubled.
And that's why I was saying, like, it wasn't a song of 2025 because it was too late.
Mm.
But I feel like it's gonna be the song of 2026. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's not losing steam, bro. Like,
Yeah, and it's not even warm out yet, bro.
facts. Once like the day parties and everything starts winding, like I feel like it's gonna get a resurgence.
And you know, you're gonna see maybe at baseball games they're gonna get it played on the big speakers at the freaking Rogers Center.
That's
You
true.
never know. Well,
Mhm.
now that Universal's plugged in, bro, like they'll be able to get that to happen, bro. That's what they're there for. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So salute to Casper TNG. Keep doing your thing. Salute to K Money as well, the whole crew. You know, congratulations, gang.
We
Thanks
love
for watching.
hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.